Hello, my friend. I hope you're travelling well. Today I wanted to talk about how healing is not a linear process. We don't just have a smooth, hopefully upward trajectory as we do our inner work and hopefully work through our issues and grow. It's not a linear process like that. It happens in these cycles. So what tends to happen is we work through a deep rinse cycle. Something difficult will emerge, some stuck experience, some trauma, some episode, some old emotion that's been sitting inside us for perhaps decades will come up for healing. So the first we know about it in the work is usually an activation, something messy comes up. And of course, when that happens, we're in the muck, we're in the dark, we're down in the depths of our shadow material. And that we would always experience as a difficult thing. It's a messy thing. It's an uncomfortable thing. And we've talked before about how we tend to judge, resist, push it away, which just amplifies it. We're just pouring petrol on the fire. It just makes it worse. So let's say we've been working for a while, doing our inner work for a while, so we're used to that process of, here's something difficult coming up for healing. How can I address this? It's still going to be uncomfortable because of the nature of the material. We don't get jammed up on the easy things, we get jammed up on the difficult life challenges. And so the first of it is a downward trough, like a roller coaster. It's down in the trough of the experience. That can be hell, really. That can be an awful, very confronting experience. But if we're doing our inner work, we understand that that's part of the cycle, part of the process. And when we work through that, we face it, we feel it, we process it, we understand it, we embrace it, and that energy shifts, it transmutes back to light, so it heals out. It's kind of finished. It's like that part of us is resolved, and it reintegrates, the jigsaw piece clicks back into place, and so we experience this freedom, this expansion. People often report it to me as a sense of, I feel lighter somehow, or maybe, I feel more peaceful somehow. A gentle joy can come through. There's just more room. I call it range of movement. Our range of movement increases. So here we are, we've healed a piece, we're coming out of it, and then that'll take us into usually a sort of a peak experience. It's like we go into this more free, lighter, happier state because we've just shifted another layer. We've just grown another notch. We've just resolved another issue, and the jigsaw of our greater self is more complete. And so here we go into a peak experience. And so that's the cycle. And if you map that as a cycle, we tend to just go round and round and round in this cycle. We could call that the process of inner work. Some shadow work, extra freedom. Shadow work, more freedom, round and round and round. But of course, we're not just going round in circles. Of course, we're making progress. So we could map it as a sine wave, but it's going on an upward trajectory. We're not just going on a flat line at all, because every time we heal something fear-based, we're creating more room for our love-based self to get through. So our baseline is up-leveling. Our resting pulse is up-leveling. So every time we go through that cycle, we reach a higher peak. And then the next layer comes up for healing, or we're actively looking for it. If we're doing the work, we're actively looking for issues, or reading, or exploring, or coming to therapy, and things are just opening up through our curiosity and open inquiry. And then there's more freedom. So we can map this on an upward trajectory. Imagine lots of these little sine wave ebbs and flows on a grand spiral that's expanding ever upward. So is it a linear process? No, not at all. The more we zoom in, the more we're in this cycle, in the immediacy of it, the more dramatic it is. And of course, I think everyone, including myself, has said at some point, oh my God, I haven't made any progress, I'm back in the in the dark, I'm back in the difficulty, the pain, the struggle. Oh, I haven't made any progress, nothing's changed. And I have to remind people that, well, excuse me swearing, shit is shit. Fear is fear, guilt is guilt, rage is rage, grief is grief. It's going to have the same quality to it, regardless of whether this is the first rinse cycle we've done or the 1000th rinse cycle. Doesn't matter where we are on that upward spiral, shit is shit. So it's just different shit. It's another layer of shit. If we map our progress as a tree healing downwards, allowing greater growth upwards, that's how it works. It works in parallel, or it's correlated if you like. We can only go as high as we go deep, we can only go as deep as we go high. So if you think of it in that way, we're growing. The tree is growing, mightier in stature every time, but each layer is going to be hard. David Hawkins, the American psychiatrist, who was an amazing fellow, and he said that the last few layers, because I believe he was true in expressing that he fully relinquished the ego, or he fully healed out the fear in him towards the end of his life, he said those last layers of ego were the hardest of all. They were the worst, the darkest, which would actually make sense. So remind yourself of that. Each rinse cycle will be challenging, and yet it doesn't mean you haven't made progress, not at all. It just means, oh, okay, the next layer, the next layer, the next step in the journey. So I hope that's helpful as you do your work, as you're working through your shadow material, as you grow and heal. I hope that's reassuring when you realise that, when you're back in another layer or triggered into another layer, it does not mean you've gone backwards at all. It just means you're making progress to the next layer. And of course, your psyche, your inner wisdom is very keen for you to keep growing and get to the next layer. It's not a negative at all. It's actually a sign of growth. And there's a certain point where it starts to get exciting. It's like, this is shitty, but this is exciting because it's a sign of even more opportunity. Every layer coming up is another opportunity for more growth. Hope that helps. If you haven't come across that new free course I'm offering, it's called The Soul Warrior's Journey. It's got some written material, it sort of road maps a lot of this sort of work, and a fairly long guided hypnotherapy process. Free of charge, it's a gift to you. Have a look at the link below to access that, or go to the website. Yep, you just put your email in and that'll come out to you. Well, God bless, good luck on your roller coaster journey, onward and upward, and I'll see you next time.